Our guest today is the chairperson of AWCA Investment Holdings, and her name is Sindi Mabaso-Koyana, a sister, a brilliant woman of substance with a very interesting story. Sindi, welcome.
Thank you very much, Victor. Thanks for the opportunity.
What is AWCA? I know what it is, but it has a long history to itself. Tell us about that.
That is true. It is African Women Chartered Accountants, which is an association we started in 2002, which was also part of, I would say, the theme that you want to talk about today.
Right. African Women Chartered Accountants is not like there are lots of you around. So when you come into the fray and you are one of the few professionals, why did you see it necessary to form an association?
Well, I guess what was important was to ensure that we were a network, because there is strength in unity. You know, one of the things when you said we're going to talk, without preempting your talk today, Victor, when you said we were going to talk about the 9th of August, one of the things I noticed was that they had actually formed a federation of South African women 2 years before they actually did the march. So for us, what was important was that AWCA was about growing the number of Black women CAs, it meant we needed to do it together in a united fashion that also commanded respect and had presence in our society, in the market.
2002, meaning we are nearly 20 years since AWCA was formed. What would be some of your milestones, your highlights in your time in AWCA?
What is still existing today and is our flagship at AWCA is our annual Woman of Substance, which we have always run in the month of August. It is a pity today because of COVID. We will not have an opportunity of dressing up as women CAs and having that, glitz and glamour evening event, but which is very sobering, because the reason for that event is fundraising for our bursary, which today has actually supported more than 100 young women in this journey of becoming chartered accountants. So that is one of the things I remember very clearly, which still stands out at AWCA today. But most importantly is the one that gave me a job. AWCA Investment Holdings, which we formed as an investment holding company in 2008, and which I continue to run today.
What kind of investments do you make as AWCA? Where are you invested?
We were very clear in the beginning that we were not going to be sector focused, especially right at that time, because we felt that let us first grow, build momentum and critical mass, and then start seeing which industries are most of our investments. So we are invested in financial services, which is one of our investments. We still pride ourselves, Holland, and especially because it's an unlisted jewel, which not many people can put their hands, onto. We are invested in a fuel logistics company, Rift Tankers. We own 30% of Rift Tankers. We also are invested in a commercial motor vehicle repairer, which happens to be one of Holland's large clients, which repairs large, commercial vehicles, accredited Mercedes-Benz, MAN, Scania, and the like. We are also invested in a technology company, Atos, which is French-based, but has got a South African subsidiary that we are invested in, amongst others. And interesting enough, not many people know that we are also a shareholder in Power FM, which is one other business I know you also, would do some work with. As
I did work there for just under 3 years. So it's a very page in my life story. The women of 1956 were marching. The immediate demand was pass laws and restricted movement. If you were Helen Joseph or Sophie de Bruyn or Lillian Ngoyi, what would you be marching to achieve today, Sindi?
Victor, it is gender-based violence. You know, we've been, and that's what we existed for as AWCA, was agitating for professional women in the boardroom, in the corporate, in the workplace. Whilst we have not achieved what we still want to achieve there optimally, but clearly our cause has been rudely awakened to actually focus on this more social cause, which is gender-based violence. That is one thing that honestly, if there was no COVID, I am sure we would like to actually march and deal with today.
But what is the one thing you think should be done to eradicate it? And I know there are many things, but top of the list of Sindi Mabaso-Koyana would be what?
You know, I don't want to undermine a lot of work that has been done on this, on addressing the symptoms. But I think for me, one of the key things that I do believe we need to also equally drive is the awareness around transformation. We keep talking about women transformation as if it's only the victim and the you know and the inflicted that must transform. We don't talk about transformation of the inflictor. In all forms of transformation, I would agitate that there is work that needs to be done, deep work that needs to be done on our male counterparts.
But you're also a mother, brilliant son of yours, I know, who's a great tennis player. I got the chance to see him play. He won all his matches, at least the ones I watched. So I can say I was a good fan with a father who was. When you're raising boys, what are we missing as South African parents with the view in mind of combating gender-based violence? What are we not addressing?
And it speaks to this point around transformation, right? Is that as parents together, together, mom and dad needs to be driving the message equally to our boys that we are all children of God, made in the image of God, and we all need to respect one another. We may be strong physically, physiologically, being from a biological point of view, but that is not for you to use against your sister. It is actually to use to protect. That is the most important. And it's also on little things, you know, on language.
Yeah.
It is on what we also support and what we drive, you know, even in just, I mean, during the time of COVID, we have seen how much work has been brought home. So we are home, all of us together. So the little things around the unpaid work that has generally been seen to be the responsibility of the woman in the house, because those are the things that have also heightened gender-based violence in this moment in time, where again the issue is the socio-economics. We are all together in houses, cramped houses. We are unable to to go out and do the things that we generally like to do, and there is a level of patience which society has always expected from the woman, from the female party. and not the male party. So those are the key things around transformation. Let us transform the male part of our society.
Okay. Sindi Mabaso-Koyana, thank you very much. We will be talking some more, especially on the gender-based violence in the months to come. But thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much, Victor. All the best, and thanks to you for driving this kind of an initiative in this month of August, that it's not just women driving this awareness, but to see you doing this great work. Much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you very much.